When Our Paths Crossed in London, a love story. London has a strange way of holding memories. The streets may be old, the buildings may be cold, but somehow the city keeps every heartbeat, every confession, every quiet moment between two people who never expected to meet. My name is Daniel Cooper, and this is the story of the one woman who changed everything, a woman named Emily Carter. I moved to London at 29, leaving behind the warm, predictable suburbs of Portland, Oregon. The move wasn't planned. Actually, nothing in my life felt planned at that time. My tech startup collapsed. My fiancé left 2 months before our wedding, and I felt like staying home meant suffocating in my own failures. So I bought a one-way ticket, landed in London with 2 suitcases, and rented a tiny flat overlooking a bakery that opened at 5 a.m. every morning. The smell of fresh bread became my alarm clock. I told myself I was here to start over. But really, I was just hiding. It was raining that morning when everything changed. London rain has a rhythm, a softness, as if the sky doesn't want to bother anyone. I ducked into a small coffee shop on Regent Street, shaking off the water, my jacket soaked and my patience thin. And that's when I heard her voice. "Sorry, is this seat taken?" I looked up, brown hair in a messy bun, a long beige coat, warm eyes that didn't look away, even when I froze like an idiot. "No," I finally managed. "Go ahead." She sat down, opened her laptop, and sighed. "No Wi-Fi again?" "That depends," I said. "Are you asking me or the universe?" She laughed, the kind of laugh that makes you laugh too, even if you didn't think you were funny. Her name was Emily. She was a New York journalist temporarily living in London to write a series about Americans abroad. I told her I wasn't really surviving, more like drifting. She said drifting counts, as long as you drift in the right direction. We talked for an hour. Then, 2. The rain stopped, but neither of us noticed. Before she left, she asked, "Same time tomorrow?" Our routine became the kind of thing people write songs about. 10 a.m. coffee, working across from each other, wandering the city like 2 tourists who forgot to grow up. She showed me hidden bookstores, old bridges, tiny restaurants, and tunnels covered in street art. I showed her rooftop views, quiet parks, and a secret garden behind St. Paul's. Sometimes we didn't talk at all. Sometimes we talked like there were no clocks in the world. I knew I was falling for her long before I wanted to admit it. One evening, as the Thames reflected the city lights, Emily went quiet, something she never did. We sat along the river when she finally said, "Daniel, I should have told you this earlier. I'm supposed to go back to New York in 6 weeks." 6 weeks. That was all we had. "I didn't want to ruin things," she continued. "I've never connected with someone this fast, and I hate that the clock is already running." I took her hand. "Then let's not count the days. Let's just live them." And for a while, that's exactly what we did. But the last week came faster than either of us expected. We planned one perfect night: dinner, a walk, and a ride on the London Eye, her dream spot. But when we arrived, it was closed due to a technical issue. Emily looked disappointed. "Guess the universe doesn't want me to have that view before I leave," she said. I grabbed her hand and told her, "Come with me." We ran through the streets until we reached the rooftop of my office building, where I had a spare key. The view wasn't famous, but it was ours. Endless lights stretching into the fog. "Daniel, what are we doing?" she whispered. "We're living," I said. She kissed me, warm, certain, unforgettable. Her last morning in London arrived too soon. We stood at Heathrow Airport, surrounded by strangers rushing around us. I don't want this to end, she whispered. Then don't let it, I said. But she shook her head. Long distance doesn't work. My job is insane. You're building a new life here. Love doesn't always mean staying. And she walked toward her gate. I didn't chase her. I wanted her to choose me without being chased. The weeks after she left felt empty. The bakery still smelled the same. The city still moved the same. But nothing felt right. Then, one Tuesday morning, I walked back into the same cafe where we first met. My usual seat was taken by a woman in a beige coat, with her hair in that same messy bun. Emily. She looked up, nervous, hopeful. "Daniel, I came back," she said softly. I didn't need to ask why. She stood, stepped closer, and whispered, "Because love does mean staying. And because every story I tried to write in New York somehow turned into a story about you. 6 weeks wasn't enough," she added, "so I'm giving us more." I pulled her into my arms, right there in the middle of the cafe. People stared. I didn't care. We rebuilt everything slowly and honestly. She moved into a flat 2 blocks from mine. I helped her write her book. She helped me believe in second chances. Every morning, we met at the same coffee shop, same table, same beginning. London didn't save us. We saved each other. And sometimes, the right person walks into your life on a rainy morning, and nothing is ever the same again.